Hey, it's me, Aberley, not talking about the Wii. Said I've got a very helpful PowerPoint here to help you understand the tech industry, a booming market with many, many good products coming out, like iPods, which have been discontinued now, but hey, old phones from 2014. And what happens when those companies get lazy and become this man here in bed? Now, lazy tech companies, you might think, well, maybe Samsung with the Galaxy Note 7, BlackBerry in general. But what happens when we take laziness and, once again, tech? What does that equal? Fire. Galaxy Note 7 moment, hashtag lol. But yeah, we end up with fire. This is where we enter TT Phone. They luckily haven't had any fires. But TT Phone is a phone company designed for these kinds of people. Old and have three hands, and one of them likes to press the phone button all the time, their third hand coming out from their leg. Basically what they do is they take these kinds of boring, bland, standard Alcatel spec phones and charge way too much for them. We'll have this one in the background. So yes, TT Phone, a company that has been known for being incredibly out of date when it comes to technology. Yeah. It's called TT Phone, and they didn't even say, old people are not gonna like that. But yeah, TT Phone. And so here is the phone. It's a pretty standard one, SOS button. Old people. Annoying proprietary charging connector. I hate that about these phones. Like, but the TT phone, right? Like, we're for old people. Yeah, they can't understand more technology. Give them a better charger, please. Headphone jack. I like the headphone. The headphone jack is good. Currently, one of my newest devices does have a headphone jack. That's just because I'm using an iPod. So, got standard stuff on here. Got the volume and an FM radio button. This does nothing, and I'll show that. I'll show that later. It just does not pick up a signal. Key lock in case you don't want children to do anything, and we've got a little slider here for a torch. Wow, phones from 2007 are quivering in their boots. So let's turn the phone on. Got to hold it down for an embarrassing amount of time. Got to try and get this. There we are. So here's the current user interface. 2008. This is just the standard thing. This actually isn't from 2008. It's actually from 2011, which is mad. I think this phone here is from 2011. This phone I've got here, this has like stuff like Touch ID and stuff like that on it. This is 2014. This is only a few years ahead of this, and they're miles apart. These ones are cheap. So I think this one's for like £23 on Amazon right now, and oh my god. There you go, got it. Oh, now the key lock's on. Yeah, pretty much every time the phone shuts off, the keypad locks. Right, got phone book, speed dial, organizer, user profiles, file manager, multimedia, and settings. Call center, messages. No, go back to the start now. So, you might think, okay, old people are probably still going to be overwhelmed by that. If old people are overwhelmed by this, they're probably overwhelmed by the fact that if they press the home button on this, it goes home. So, amazing features there, aren't there? So, going to quickly show you stuff like multimedia. Okay. We've got an audio player, a sound recorder, and an FM radio. Let's go onto the sound recorder. Empty folder, that's okay. Record. Drive not found. Okay. Right. There are some preloaded tunes on here. It's called A, and I'm gonna have to talk over this because I don't know if this is copyrighted or not. Anyway, so that's the tune. No, okay. So yeah, I finally got rid of that. That took a bit more effort than you'd expect. Old people can't do that. An FM radio, that's all it gives you. It'll search, and 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 just nothing happens. I've tried this way too many times, and it's just stuck on the searching page. That's it finding Summit. I don't even know how to turn this off, so give me a sec. So yeah, that was the multimedia. The radio does not work on this. Now to be fair, I got this used for £1. So, I don't know that's the issue, the £1 phone, but to be fair, I also just think every single TT phone would probably have that issue. Of course, we can see call history, which I won't go through because as this phone is used, and I don't want to. So there's stuff like that, and that, and that. I'm going to be a second. Bad phone. This is what this phone is. And of course you can do several fun features, like the one button is the full stop. The hashtag, which has someone's face on it for a laugh, I guess. Oh god, bring you focus. Does nothing. And if you press the start button, you get all these fun symbols. Which is pointless. Yeah, so TT phone. Also, funny. I'm just gonna mash the 4 and the 6 key and we'll see how the noise goes. 4 and 8 and 2 key. I wasn't pressing a key for any of that time and it's already just died. So far you might not even be thinking, this is the latest phone company. Can't be. Instead, they make phones for old people. The fact is, this is a phone from 2011. It has less features than a phone from 2000, Nokia 3310. And in many cases, has a more convoluted interface than one of those. The fact, like, you got up and down, which, to be fair, that is how the phone works. You do go up and down on the menus. You know, got keypad and stuff like that. No old person's ever going to remember anyone's number, but hey, you got a keypad. SOS button for when they inevitably fall down the stairs, because old people. I'm going to show you the back. The inside of the phone. You tell me if this is anything decent. So, this is the inside and the back of the phone. You know, it's pretty standard for a phone of 2002. TT phone, barcode, general stuff telling you the model number, colour, because the colour brand you gotta know. A fat SD card. So, now around this time, I'm fairly sure it was around 2011 or so, that micro SDs were coming around. So this is outdated, but to be fair, I can excuse that as not being exactly like this. Then we get to this port here. This is the SD card port. Wow, you're probably thinking, well, what's to do with that? As far as I can tell, this was an optional extra. Because in lots of the instruction manuals, they don't actually show the SD card port in it. Which I actually think is pretty interesting. So I think that wasn't actually the standard focus camera. So yeah, I don't think that was actually in as standard, which is pretty interesting. Now, the other thing you might think is, well, you know, it's for old people. But at the same time, I also think smartphones in a way would be better. You know, have a mode for general stuff like that. For like general keypad navigation, but in reality, it's going to be way better to text and do stuff like that. And another thing is iPods. I'm going to put this over here because they're arch rivals. Grr, hate each other. It has a rainbow wing. Just ignore that. This is from 2003, and this honestly has a way more simple interface than this, which, to be fair, 2003. Hey. I can guarantee you an old person is gonna know how to use this. You know, on the wheel, cut the menu. I chose the gem because this one's probably a bit better for that. Then this, up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Then another thing is as well is at the time iOS was out. I don't have an old iPhone. Leave me alone. Yeah, iPods. Now, these have a much more simple user interface for old people. You slide to unlock it. You have general, you can search for apps. Old people are probably going to be searching for messages, which I don't have. I still have apps on this and years ago. You know, all they're going to want is to know the weather, where on earth they're going. They're just going to ignore that, and they're going to want to know the date. That's it. I honestly think that getting an older iPhone for old people would be worth it. Android would have been better. Yeah, Android would have been better. And that's saying a lot, because it's Android. And at times, Android can be a bit confusing to work around. It's like, of course, like now I'm thinking, well, you know, now old people probably still can't use these. I know, but even TD phone knows. Which honestly makes it kind of weird and, in a way, insulting to get someone in one of these thinking, oh yeah, you're a bit too confused by modern stuff. Try navigating all these buttons, never mind a single wheel in that. Or, you know, if you need to call someone, you type it in once and then it's like, oh great, it's now saved to my device. Or I can text using an actual keypad or whatever. So, I don't think these phones are at all good. They're just lazy. They found cheap opportunities. Bye iPod. Just found a cheap opportunity to make some money, and said, "We're gonna do that." SD card. Also, I was gonna say these are absolute nightmares, right? They basically say, "Oh yeah, so basically to get your SIM card in, right, you got to push down to get it out." But yeah, don't worry, getting it in can be easy. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Old People Network. They're going to know how to do that, aren't they? So even now, you still might be thinking, well, there's something like a scam. It's just, you know, they are capitalising off a business model of the fact that, well, you know, some people actually just can't use this model, which, to be fair, I do completely understand. The issue I have with these, though, is the price. $34.99. Yeah. They are $39.99 on Amazon. And a funny thing, actually, on the promotional images, they have Orange as the network that they've been displaying. You know. Okay. Orange Mobile does not exist anymore. I mean, to be honest, like, the rest of the product page pretty much just your standard pictures. Really, of just products. You know, generic. Oh look, we're gonna try and sell you this piece of rubbish. Yeah, this is also a black one, not mine's silver. If you can't tell. But yeah, like they don't show the inside of the phone just because they kind of know it's not good. Like, it's just not. One good thing though, really, is the way they've actually marketed it has a great crystal white display. You mean way too bright for anyone. With easy to follow instructions. Yeah, it's just like terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. Back onto my PowerPoint. Yeah, oh. Nah. Oh. Yeah. Basically, this phone, even now, is overpriced. I think a tenner would be worth it for this, because the thing is, it's not even the quality to... That's the noise it makes when you do that. Now, I'm sorry, but I don't know if old people who are potentially relying on this to call Jimmy because they've fallen down the steps again are gonna want a phone with that quality. This is this phone's quality. And then, oh, what's this? Another device. No squeaking. Let's get out a phone. See, that's got an issue. No issue. I mean, most of my hand was upset. Don't know if that's even going to be picked up on the microphone. But it's just pointless. Honestly, like, you can get these kind of brick phones, and the fact that this is $39.99 and it hasn't even got a decent display on it, nothing, not even WhatsApp. I can't go on to Jimmy and go, Jimmy, I want to see your face, because that's the screen. It's not good. Like, and you're actually thinking, yeah, I'm complaining. I'm not the target audience. I'm not, but I can complain about it. Anyway, so that was me going on a rant about why I think TT phone, especially the TT phone 099, is the laziest phone and phone company. Also, they actually have SIM cards on their website saying, that's an accessory. No, it isn't. That's something you get from the shop. You don't need to buy it off your weird website. I'm sorry, TT. Probably can't even hear that bit either. Look at him. He's using that. Pointed the wrong way. That. Are they the same? I can't tell. All TT phones just look the same. This is probably one of the most promising models, this one. I have no idea what it's called, and I honestly can't be bothered to look it up. This is probably the most promising one, and yet it's still terrible. I think it runs a version of Android. I think it runs like Android 4.4. It won't be 4.4, but I think it's like 6. I think it's version 6 or something. I think it can be upgraded now, but like, yeah, it's old, terrible, and TT phone, more like TT drone. That was a terrible joke. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, then okay, that's good. So that was me, Aberley, not talking about the Wii, instead talking about TT Pony. If it's your birthday, then happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, and with that, bye.